Well, I may have caught a cold from yelling so much last night at the Smash Brothers announcement, but that's not gonna stop me from making a Nintendo Direct recap for the Direct that happened just yesterday, March 8th of 2018. Guys, wasn't this just crazy? It was absolutely nuts. I mean, I feel like the Smash Bros. Trailer at the end kind of overshadowed everything, but there was some really good stuff in this Direct that I don't think anyone saw coming, really. There may have been some leaks beforehand, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go through it step by step. What was the general reaction coming away from this Direct? What happened? What happened? That's the question we're asking today. Let's get started. So they opened the Direct with a lot of newer 3DS titles that are planning to come out throughout this year. And I kind of joked in my reaction video how it seems it's weird how Nintendo is still supporting the 3DS when they have a perfectly good handheld already on the market that is vastly more popular, or at least more trendy at the moment. But I can kind of see what direction they're taking the 3DS now, because they really only announced 3 games or so. No, 5 games. Yeah, 5 games all in all. Those were Detective Pikachu, WarioWare Gold, that aren't Dylan. Oh my word, I literally forgot. But it's called Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers game, as well as a port for Luigi's Mansion, and Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Story. Kind of rolling through them one by one. WarioWare, that game looks pretty cool. I've never gotten into the WarioWare games, but I know that they're pretty popular. I don't know anything about Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. Detective Pikachu, that came to Japan sometime last year, or 2016 actually, I believe it was. And I'm glad to see that come to the State. I'm more excited for the amiibo than anything. I really want that. Luigi's Mansion, a port of the original. I'm kind of sad this isn't coming to Switch. I feel like it probably confirms that we're not getting GameCube Virtual Console for a while, which, Nintendo, what are you doing? And finally, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. This kind of seems to be in a similar vein to the port of Superstar Saga that came, last year? Yeah, it would have been last year. And then they also announced a Captain Toad Treasure Tracker version for the 3DS, but we'll get a little more into that later. It's seeming like these are all smaller titles, and I'm glad to see that, honestly. I'm glad to see that Nintendo, they're not putting all their efforts into the 3DS catalog, it's pretty clear that their primary concerns are where the Switch is at the moment, so that's good to see. Moving on to Switch stuff, we got a few more details about Kirby Star Allies. I mean, not really that much. Kind of talked about how you can inhabit Meta Knight and King Dedede and Waddle Dee. This is seeming like a cool game. I have yet to try out the demo. I really should. And I've never been super into Kirby. I know that Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot on 3DS were really good, but from what I've been hearing, people aren't too hot on this so far. I'm a little worried because Kirby in the past has never really been a $60 game. They've always been on, at least for the past couple years, they've always been on 3DS as $40 games. So I don't know. I don't feel like this is worth the investment that you're putting into it. But hey, let me know if you plan on picking up Kirby. Okami HD, man, this was a big surprise. I have heard so many things about Okami, never got a chance to play it myself, but Okami is basically the best Zelda game that isn't Zelda or Dark Souls. And we'll get to Dark Souls later, but Okami HD is, oh man, the graphical art style for this is just so awesome. I know that the HD version came to Xbox 360, either Xbox 360 or Xbox One, and either PS3 or PS4 a couple years back, excuse my ignorance there. And, it's cool to see it being ported over to Switch for sure. I'm going to pick it up, but for the people that have already played it, multiple years ago, many years ago, it's not too much news. The more stuff on the Switch, the better, honestly. Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido. Alright, it's weird. There seemed to be a couple games out of this Direct that felt like they were out of place. What are you doing in this big name Direct filled with all sorts of, big killer app Nintendo games? I have no idea what the Sushi Striker game is. It's so weird. If you just look at the gameplay for this and how it's anime as heck. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but it looks cool, I guess. If I can pronounce it, Project Octopath Traveler seems to be coming along pretty well. I remember playing the demo for that sometime last year. This is a gorgeous game, and I can't wait for Square Enix to release this. They revealed 2 more classes that are in the making: Apothecary and Merchant. I think the other 2 were Warrior and Dancer. In the demo they released last year. So it's good to see that game coming along. This is a must-have for me, for sure. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, got a new trailer, some more details. Seems like seems like it's going to be a very different entry in the series, and that, you know, you're going to be hopping inside of like these arcade style games. One of them looks like Hotline Miami. It's weird. I've never gotten into No More Heroes before, but I don't know. This one seems almost like Yakuza, if anyone's familiar with that. But yeah, don't have much to say on that. What I do have a lot to say about, however, is Dark Souls. Holy crap, I never thought in a million years I would ever see a crossover with Dark Souls and Nintendo to this degree. There's an amiibo coming out of the Praise the Sun salute. Like, what? What kind of world am I living in where this is a thing? It's so cool. I can't wait for this. I can't wait to play this, guys. Dark Souls is pretty much compared to everything nowadays, or everything is compared to Dark Souls rather, and for that reason, it's supposed to be a pretty phenomenal game. I've never ever touched it before, but I can't wait to get into it and try an amiibo. That's so awesome. They finally put out that the Nintendo Switch is compatible with My Nintendo now, like anyone cares. And then they had this really long segment on Mario Tennis Aces, and I'll admit, going into this, I was kind of optimistically skeptical. You know, they showed off a little of this tennis game before this direct, and showed off a little bit of the story mode and stuff, so I already kind of saw it in like a positive light, but I don't know, this is looking really cool with all the gameplay mechanics in it and stuff. Zone shot and zone speed, where you have to, you know, really balance out your gauges and make sure that you're keeping an eye on those gauges in order to pull off epic stunts and powerful combos. Like, I don't know, it's looking really cool. And that story mode, man, look at all those enemies. These are so just varied, and this looks so creative. I'm kind of excited for this now. I wasn't at all before, but I don't know, it looks really neat to me. Now, all of that before was cool, but it was about the midway point in the direct when they started dropping the heavy hitters. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is coming as a port to both Switch and 3DS, which, okay, that in and of itself is really cool. But the fact that the Switch version, or maybe both versions, I'm not sure, include a new level based off of New Donk City, that's fantastic. This game is fantastic. I never got a chance to play it on Wii U. I don't know why, but the way that you're able to manipulate the world and use each kind of item to your advantage and navigate around the screen, but all without jumping, is so cool. I can't wait to play this. I'm slightly concerned how this will work in docked mode, because if you played the Wii U version, you know that touchscreen was really kind of a pivotal function of the original game. So I don't know how they'll compensate for that in docked mode on the TV. But hey, we'll see. I have faith in them. This is a fantastic game. And then another big hitter in like a super awesome funny trailer. Undertale is coming to Switch. That's so cool. Again, it seems like there's so many games in here that I've never had a chance to play, but Undertale got rave reviews. I believe IGN gave it like a 10 out of 10. It was a funny thing about it was, whenever I first saw this trailer, I thought it was like Earthbound kind of, and after they revealed, like they said Sans, I recognized it as Undertale, but you know, I've always seen kind of the comparisons made between Earthbound and Undertale, but I didn't expect to actually think it was Earthbound before it was Undertale. That was so cool. Anyways, can't wait for this. My jaw dropped when I saw this one. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy coming to Switch. Wasn't Crash Bandicoot like Sony's kind of argument against Mario back in the day? Like, wasn't Crash Bandicoot the guy that they were using to compete against Nintendo? And now it's kind of come full circle, and now Crash Bandicoot is coming onto a Nintendo console. Like, that's so awesome. That's so cool. Like, I wonder what the investor meeting for that was. It's like, sorry, back in the day, we really hated you guys, but now now that you're actually doing well, we want to bring our game over to your console. And obviously, you know, it's not Sony that made this game. It's Naughty Dog back in the day, but now I think Activision is in charge of it. But anyways, I don't know if, you know, coming off the heels of Super Mario Odyssey, I don't know if this will feel like a good platformer to go back to. But you know, the more platformers on Switch, the better. It's not like we have enough already. I don't have much to say on Little Nightmares. Sorry, it doesn't really seem too interesting to me. South Park: Fractured But Whole. Again, don't have too much to say on it, but I know that it's a pretty critically acclaimed RPG. So yeah, I'm not a Hyrule Warriors guy, honestly. I'm not into those Musou games. I've never played a Dynasty Warriors before. I've never played a Samurai Warriors. I didn't pick up Fire Emblem Warriors. I don't know. It just seems kind of like mindless grinding to me. Fighting against a bunch of incredibly weak bad guys doesn't really appeal to my kind of gameplay, I suppose. It's cool that Breath of the Wild link is going to be in here, so yeah, I guess that's neat. They talked a bit about ARMS, but I don't know what the big announcement here was. I think they are having like another big global test punch for people who haven't picked up the game to try it out. But I mean, it's a year later. If you haven't gotten it, I don't think you really would want to try it. But yeah, ARMS is still a thing. For crying out loud, there was a heck of a lot of Splatoon 2 stuff. Well, I mean, first of all, the inclusion of Rank X. I mean, if you're hardcore into Splatoon, like hardcore in Splatoon, and you're already Rank S plus, you're probably gonna get to Rank X in no time. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say there. I got to like I think I got the highest I got in any of the modes was A- in tower control. So, yeah, this doesn't really affect me, but it's still cool that they're really continuing to support this game, especially with the inclusion of a new paid single-player DLC. Now, this is interesting to me because Nintendo, when it comes to Splatoon, both the first one and the second one, all their DLC has always been free. So to kind of jump on the boat of paid DLC kind of signifies something to me. Like, this is definitely, this is going to be substantial. I mean, just look at that trailer. The original, the trailer for this Octoling campaign, like, that was almost cinematic in an almost like non-Nintendo sort of way. It was really cool. Kind of, what's the word? Not at all what I expected, for sure. Very edgy. And to see kind of that they're putting in like a substantial amount of additional content, including a new single-player campaign for 20 extra bucks, that's cool to me. I can't wait to jump back into this game. I fell off hard. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This might be the incentive to get me back into Splatoon 2. I love the game, but I just fell off for whatever reason. Can't wait. Well, that'll do it, folks. I think that's all that we have to talk about for today. Oh, wait. Was there something else? I think there might have been something else. What am I not thinking of? Is it... Oh! Yeah, I mean, obviously, the main attraction of the event, the big kind of fake out that Nintendo did, where they said, yeah, that's all we have for today. Oh, but just one more trailer. And if you watch my reaction video, I uploaded a couple reaction videos. Yeah, even though I was calling Smash Bros the entire time, I didn't really believe what I was saying. The entire time that these Inklings were running around on the screen, I was like, Smash Bros, Smash Bros, Smash Bros, Smash Bros. I lost my mind whenever the logo appeared. I feel like so many other people did too. And there's already been a bunch of analyses on this, but like I said earlier, I feel like this trailer kind of overshadowed everything else in the Direct, which is unfortunate, but gosh darn it, Smash Bros trailers are just so great. Like, I mentioned earlier Nintendo normally not being cinematic, but when it comes to the Smash Bros trailers, man, they put a lot of resources into those. If you watch any of the Smash Wii U trailers, like the Mega Man one especially, oh my word, that's some good stuff right there. And so was this trailer. The inclusion of Breath of the Wild Link, I think, is really, it's a significant step for Nintendo. Link has been like a very, his outfit has been one of the most iconic outfits in the entire gaming medium for the last 30 years, and to see them maybe not replace it, I don't know if it'll be an alternate skin or what, but to see them kind of jump on board with that is really, really interesting. I wonder if it might be a completely separate character like Link and Toon Link or Link and Young Link. Who really knows? But yeah, I mean, Inkling coming to Smash Bros, it makes too much sense. I feel like that would have worked for the Wii U version, especially since Splatoon 1 came out in 2015. But to see them come eventually to Smash for Switch is amazing. They said 2018. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I would be shocked if this game came out before Metroid Prime 4. You know, I take that back. Metroid Prime 4 is going to come out at the end of the century. I'd be shocked if it came out this year, honestly. To see them announce this in like late Q1 of the same year that they intend to have it come out, nah, son, that ain't happening. As excited as I am, Smash Bros. Wii U is my favorite game. It's not happening this year, but I do think that we'll see some at E3. We'll definitely see it being played at E3. I want to know what the GameCube controller support will be for this, because it will not, I repeat, not catch on in the community, in the competitive community, if there's no GameCube controller support. And I don't think that'll be a huge problem. They included an update a couple months back, which included GameCube controller support, but the problem with that is that GameCube controller adapters have 2 USB hubs, which would be a problem since the Switch only has 3, so you wouldn't be able to hook up 8 GameCube controllers. So yeah, that might be an issue, but anyways, that's way besides the point. I've talked way too much about Smash Bros. What a fantastic Direct. I mean, the big highlights, obviously Smash, Undertale, Captain Toad, Crash Bandicoot, and I am totally blanking on another one. The Splatoon 2 DLC, and a lot of the other stuff is really cool. I think that this might be one of Nintendo's best. You know, even putting Smash aside, like there were so many moments where I was just my jaw hit the ground, and I was not expecting most of the stuff in here. I didn't know what to expect, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was a very hype night for me last night. So, anyways, guys, what do you think? What did you think of the Nintendo Direct? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you looking forward to Smash Bros? Do you not give a rip about Smash Bros? Do you have a soul? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Linkish64. I talk about everything Nintendo, Nintendo Switch, all that fantastic, phenomenal stuff. If you're interested, make sure you subscribe, catch all my latest content. Anyways, guys, what are you still doing here?